everyone. I hope you had a great weekend small group. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for leading your students as you do faithfully every week. Got a couple things for you. So next week we're having our big, the finale of Sorry Not Sorry, where we've been asking our kids to invite people. So this week, as you're contacting them, ask them that question. Hey, have you invited someone for next week? Next week, both in junior high and in high school ministry, a strong gospel message is going to go out, and we're going to ask students to respond, and we are going to pray that many do for the first time, and we are going to just ask God to do something amazing all week. So I hope you can join us in that as you pray and as you think about your students. A couple things that we just want to have on your radar. First off, Pumpkin Punch, which is October 29th when we meet Wednesday night. I know the details are a little bit fuzzy about that, but just want to clarify. So we have, it's going to be like a party. It's just going to be a party. So the week before that, we're going to have a long small group time where you're going to be in small group. For Pumpkin Punch, there is no small group. And so kids can dress up if they want. They can dress up. So if anyone wears anything inappropriate or like something like really, really outrageously creepy, we'll have something they can change into because we don't want that. But we're going to let them dress up. We're going to have a good time, and we're going to hopefully use that just to build relationships, have them meet other kids who they haven't really talked to. And so this week we do have a training video for you from Pastor Lane McDonald. So thankful for you guys. Enjoy the video.
How are you guys doing? And thank you for tuning in and watching this video or clicking on this link or whatever it is that you did to get here. And if you don't know me, I'm Landon. I'm the student ministry pastor at the Rolling Meadows campus of student ministry. And thank you for serving wherever it is you're serving. If you're serving in Aurora or Niles or Elgin or with us here, thank you for serving. And I want to talk to you today about a serious problem, which is pornography. And I printed out a bunch of statistics about it, but I don't really think that I need to read them. I could sit here for 2 minutes and be like, oh my gosh, 2 billion computers every day are looking at this, but I think that we already know that this is a problem, and I think that we know that it's a problem not just for guys. So there's just 3 things that I want to say about how to deal with a student who has confessed pornography to you. Another time we can talk about different ways to get students to confess things like that, but this time we're talking about once it's come out in the open, how do you help? How do you help a kid like that? And there's just 3 things I want to say. The first one is you need to be specific about the ways and places that the student is getting access to this sin. So if it was the 70s or whatever, you would say, what magazines do you have or things like that, and then they would give you the magazines and you would burn them or throw them away, and then it would be finished. And it's obviously a little bit more complicated than that now. And you need to figure out what are the access points. If you really want to help this student gain victory over this sin, what are the access points? If you had God forbid, if you had some weirdo looking into your house, using binoculars, you would want to find out what window they were looking in and draw the blinds. What windows are open to them from their home or from wherever they are, and close those blinds. And that's what you need to do with the student. So if it's an iPod or an Xbox or a laptop or an iPad or something, you need to find out what it is and then get them set up. If it's a computer device, you can get Covenant Eyes on there, and they'll need to pay for that, but it's worth it. If it's a video game device, you'll need to talk to the parents probably and get them to lock that up. And if it's a device like a little iPod or something like that, I would always advise a kid just to get rid of it. Dude, do you need a stupid iPod to play Flappy Bird on? It's not a joke, And so I think that they'll really get that and resonate with that. And that leads me to the second point, which is you need to contact the parents if it's a repeated problem. We don't want you to be the parent. You have to partner with the parents. And if it's a repeated problem where they're coming back and talking about it a lot, the parents need to be alerted of that. And then the third thing is this: we need to be full of grace and truth. And there are certain sins that it's really easy to be full of grace, and there are certain sins that it's really easy to be full of truth. And this is one, especially if that's not something you've struggled with recently as a leader. It's really easy to be full of truth. Well, just stop. Stop doing it. How could you come back and say that you've done this again? How could you come back and say you've struggled with this for the 7th straight week? I had a guy in my small group who came in and said, I've watched pornography 10 times this week, and I really regretted how hard I was on him. And he left. It was a men's small group, and he left the small group and never came back, and he texted us and asked for the password for his phone. And that was a really sad moment. We need to be like Christ. In the Gospel of John, it says Jesus was full of grace and truth. And so when you encounter students, male or female, that are struggling with this, leaders, let's make sure that we're full of grace and truth and that we love them. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you for serving.